Hi everybody, welcome back to Carnation Crafts TV. I'm Dave Bradford, and thank you ever so much to all of you that got in touch with us in the first show, a couple of hours ago now. Everybody here, Taz, Carla, everyone at the office as well, Nick and Mark and everybody else loves this part of the month because, of course, once a month we bring you a collection that is exclusive to you and exclusive to us on Carnation Crafts TV. And this collection is absolutely flying out the door. I know, when you first see it, my reaction was, and hands and arms, really? What? But how clever is this? Because you greet someone with a handshake, you wave to someone, a term of endearment, you send them a lovely heart by putting your hands together, you wish someone good luck, you cross your fingers, you put flowers and you present flowers in your hands. So this is a very, very clever way of saying what you want to say in a card with not actually having to use words, really.
Yep, perfect. It's absolutely perfect, and it's beautiful.
It is beautiful. Now, already I can tell you that 30% of the incredible collection has gone since this was available to buy yesterday. On our Facebook page, we actually promoted the fact that it was available, it was there to purchase. 30%'s gone already. We've only done one live show of this so far today, and we have another one at 4 o'clock this afternoon UK time. 50% of our helium balloons has gone as well, which we'll show you in a second. But let's just run through exactly what you've got here in the collection. And also, I've got some good news that you can get a discount. You can get a 10% reduction if you use this, CCLH10. Okay, that's the code you need to put in the promo box when you get to check out on the website, CCLH10. That will knock 10% off the cost of your order, whether you're buying the whole collection. Provided you're spending over £50, you will get that 10% discount if you put that code in the promo box. Now, not only have you got the helping hands, we're calling the collection Lovely Hands or Loving Hands, but you're going to get all of these. You're also going to get this incredible Grace in Lace frame, which I know loads of you commented on and loved earlier on. If I just turn it around so you can see. Look at the quantity of the metal that you've got here. All the different layers for your mats and layers, which is very much a Carnation signature. Over the other side, you've got the beautiful flowers, all these stems, which again are so romantic and so peaceful too. The Carla Lily, maybe for a sympathy card, would be really appropriate. You've got your hydrangea there, you've got your tulip, and you've got your rose. So of course the hands can be holding those stems, and you've got your foliage as well. And then down the bottom, all the things that you associate with celebration, for example, like the champagne bottle, the champagne flute. You've got the ring in a box, so this could be an engagement card. Putting the palm of someone's hand with the ring on it would be fantastic. You've got good luck, birthday wishes, congratulations. Then you've got the glass of wine, that can be in the hand as well. So can the ice cream cone. So you've got the quirky and the fun too, haven't you?
Yeah, there's something for everybody on it.
And then you've got your presents, of course, as well, and the bouquet of flowers. Now, remember, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and we're also on, of course, carnationcrafts.co.uk. That's our website. That's where you have to go to place your order. Now, if you've already ordered it, the good news is it's probably packed and sent straight away. I know yesterday when loads of you ordered it on the website, the orders were dispatched first thing this morning. Hundreds of orders have gone out already. And for those of you that ordered in the earlier show at 11 o'clock, yours is probably in the post as I speak. Now, that's how quickly Carnation get the orders out, which is amazing. We do have some other options. If you want to buy individuals, if you just want maybe the Grace in Lace, or you just want the helping hands on their own, they are all available separately on the website. But this one down here is a separate collection if you just want those fantastic extras. Okay, so if you just want all the kind of symbols and the elements and the wine glasses and all of that, that's a separate collection. That's only $44.97 and it's 220706. So if you want maybe the perfect papers with that, that would take it over £50, and then you get the free P&P. Otherwise it's $2.95 postage. So that's the other option if you just want that one at the bottom, and they're also available separately. This one here as a separate set has been incredibly popular. 50% of reasons to celebrate has gone. So that's got the champagne bottle, the glass, the bow, you've got the little letter there as well, that could be an RSVP, and you've got the ring in that one. 50% of that's gone since the launch yesterday. One other thing, helium balloons, helium balloon numbers, these are brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Every number you need, and they look so real. The artwork for the main collection, the artwork for the number balloons, all available to print off right now from carnationcrafts.co.uk. They're called vignettes. It's the artwork basically that Nick and the team work so hard on, and it really makes them come to life, makes them look three-dimensional helium balloons. You've got the little tassel there as well, with the string for it, and you've got the little bows there as well. This has gone crazy too. Everybody loves this. 50% of the balloons has gone at just $29.99. 99 220711. Now, quickly, before I let Carla go through the boards, Loving Hands Perfect Papers. If you want these, this is an absolute must as far as I'm concerned, because all the artwork that you can enjoy printing off and using today will coordinate with all these colours. And if I just grab a couple of cards at random, can you see what we mean? You can see that colour there is on one of the mats and layers, and it complements the main artwork. Another one here, see? The greens just work so well with it. Another one here, the tulip. Nothing clashes, everything coordinates, so well worth putting that into your basket for £14.99. 220712, your item number. Buy them now, print off the vignettes now, enjoy looking and admiring the artwork later on, whether it's single-sided vignettes or double-sided vignettes, but this will be with you in a matter of days. And I can just to report, pizza has been delivered.
It has. Well done,
later,
you.
in an hour.
Well done. So yes, people are saying how it was lunch with Dean. Well, it will happen at 2 o'clock. So if you don't see us when we're supposed to be on later, basically, we've collapsed somewhere on pizza. We've got lots of pizza.
Pizza
coming.
and gossip.
Pizza and chat. It'd be lovely to see him actually. So let's have a look at these boards. Let's see what you're getting for your money. So this is the most gorgeous frame. It's your card shape. It's all your filigree, and is it Grace with lace? This is called Grace in lace. It looks like
Grace in lace.
It literally looks like lace. Now you can see here that this is cut in white, but there is a vignette for it. There is another board where I can show you that, but I've lost it, so it'll turn up somewhere in the middle of all my boards. There you go.
There it is.
So you do get a vignette for it. I've got to tell you though,
What other company gives you artwork for a frame like that?
for something that delicate.
Yeah.
But it's so beautiful in white as well. So don't feel like you've got to go either way. Make sure you're using it in as many different ways as you can. It would be absolutely stunning cut in gold card. It would be beautiful, wouldn't it, in gold card? So you've got all these different ways of playing it. So that is your card shape. Then we're moving on to these gorgeous little hands. I love these. Such a quirky idea, and
as you
it's
can
such a
see,
great idea.
they're available in different colours. So if you want a darker skin, you've got that as an option on the vignettes. Lighter skin there, of course, as well. So across all ethnicities, no problem at all.
I've got those upside down, which isn't helping anything at all. Just there you go. That's, I was thinking, why is that love heart upside down?
That's a bit like you when you're sipping your tea.
When I'm sipping my tea, when I'm being a lady, which doesn't happen very often. So you've got all of these hands that do all of these different variants, and obviously they're so realistic. They're so clever. So obviously you've got all your different poses, handshakes, hand out to hold something, all the different ways that you can use it. These ones, for instance, you can put together to have them in a prayer pose. There are so many ways to use this and use them with the other collections that you have previously purchased from Carnation. So you are getting variants in colorways as well, as you can see here, and these are all free and downloadable on the Carnation Crafts website, which is www.carnationcrafts.co.uk. Then I love this. These little collections are so useful, but I mean, this has been super popular, this one on its own.
Half stock's gone on that.
Yeah, it just flew, this one. And I think we all love having these elements where we can celebrate, don't we? I would get this just for the bow, because I think the bow is absolutely stunning on this, but things like an engagement box, those cards that we make going forward in the future, you're never going to run short or be able, struggle when you're doing an anniversary or an engagement party card or a wedding card. You'll never struggle. You're always going to have that die. It's just brilliant for it. Love the little hearts as well.
I've got a card somewhere here. I can't find it at the moment. I'll find it later. That actually someone printed on the vignette on the label of the champagne bottle.
On the champagne bottle, which is such a great idea.
Yeah, great idea.
There's loads of ways to play with Carnation vignettes. They're just clever. Sentiments are gorgeous. Good luck, birthday wishes, congratulations. I love that one. It's really pleasing. Congratulations is a pleasing word anyway, just in the height of the letters, isn't it? And it's just such a pleasing die, so I'm really chuffed that they've brought that one. Then we have got your different sort of presents here. You've got your bouquet of flowers. You saw me use this earlier. I shaped it all out. Then we've got this gorgeous bigger present, and it's as if it's looking at the top of it almost when you see it there, and it's really, really pretty, easy to use. This, I think, is just a work of genius. I think it's brilliant. And then you've got your little handbag as well. All of these obviously can be incorporated onto those arms. So for instance, you can actually hang that bag off one of those arms, which I think is ace. Loads of ways to play. Everything that you've got here is designed to go with those hands. There is a way of making it all work together. So you've got your biscuit, you've got your cup of tea and your saucer, you've got your ice cream, your red wine, you've got your burger, which can be cut down or can be used as it is, or you could add extra layers. You could have a triple burger.
You could have a triple burger.
You could have a
quadruple burger.
And then you've got your cake as well. So you can now have your cake and eat.
I knew that was coming.
Don't eat the paper. And then my favourite, this one. I loves that.
Beauty and the Beast.
Thanks, Dave, but don't be mean to yourself. I think this is just gorgeous. I love, love, love this. It is so pretty, that rose, but that lily as well, the floofy one, which I can't remember the name for, and your tulip, along with all of your foliage.
Taz reckoned that was a hydrangea. That's what I came up with, and she nodded, so I think I'm right.
I don't trust Taz with the names of flowers. No. Just in case.
I trust Taz with everything.
Thanks, Dave.
Pleasure.
You just don't know her well enough, I'm just saying. But I love the long stems on these florals. I love the fact that we have got more playway with these, that we can use them in, you know, long. So if you start to think of this in terms of DL card shapes, where you've got that lovely, lovely long sort of rectangular shape, and you can have this going the length of it, they are so pretty.
And DL cards at the moment, everyone loves a DL card, it seems.
Massive. And if you're looking for DL card shapes, again, you can go to the website for those. There's loads of them on them. Can I just show you the numbers?
Oh yeah. Now, we haven't really shown these in much detail so far. These are great. They really are. True celebration numbers. They look like the real thing. So spot on.
They're just ace. So Dave made a good point earlier that you could cut them in mirror card. So what I want to show you on this, more importantly, is when you look at the cut lines that you're getting with these and you see them, you can't see them as well on the actual coloured image here. But these are what create that sort of curvature, etc., that we can really pull in.
So could you use a ball tool to make them kind of domed?
You can use a ball tool on the back of them, and it will create it, and even more so than it is now, so it'll look domed. But if you were to cut it in mirror card or something along those lines, you would still got all of that marking in there, so it would work perfectly. Jan has just said it is a hydrangea. Taz is right.
Sorry, what was that?
Taz is right.
I can't repeat that sentence, I'm afraid.
Therese Garner, hello Therese. Hello to Carol Hart, Alison Morrow. I could pronounce your name correctly, Alison. Viv Bessel, afternoon Dave, Carla and Taz. Love this collection. Karen Vincent, good afternoon Dave, Carla and Taz. Hope you enjoyed your lunch one. That's coming up in about 50 minutes.
Oh, we will.
But we will, thank you very much. Now let me show you some finished cards we've got here. Now, what I love about this collection more than anything else is that it's everything to everyone. If you want a joyous card, you can make it with this collection. If you want a really sympathy card and a heartfelt condolences, that sort of thing, this is going to work beautifully well as well. Like this one here, this is done by Sue Dalrymple. Now you've got here that single Carla lily. How beautiful! How strange to have a flower named after you. It's good.
I think it's a calla lily. I think I've got an extra R.
Oh, okay. I'm from down south, so it's a Carla lily.
I'm from the north. It's a calla lily in your bath.
Now, if I open this up, look at what's inside. Now, you don't need words. That, without even putting the thinking of you on there, that just says everything that you want a sympathy card to say. Now,
such a beautiful design, that card.
It is. Celebration. Using the helium balloons and of course the strands. Of course the hand holds on to the strands. You've got little bracelets that you can put to decorate. You've got of course the blouse sleeve as well, which is on there, and you've got cake and champagne, absolute must for a celebration. And then someone a little bit younger, same idea, but this time I could never do that. That would end up very messy if I did that.
We'd have to use plastic glasses if we were doing that, Dave.
I think we would, yeah, but very, very clever if you can. Now this is again another way of using the hands, making them look like a heart, for example. Really lovely. Here we've got no hands at all, but we've got the helium balloons for a 21st birthday. This one is holding just the rose, and you're also using the Grace in lace frame as a card blank.
Which is such a clever idea, isn't it? And
Really
doesn't
lovely.
it look effective? It is so pretty. They're so effective.
Now, I know
Alison says, can I just say, Alison says her surname is pronounced Muraru.
Muraru.
That's ace.
Muraru.
Muraru.
That's a great name.
isn't it?
Sorry about that, Alison. Thanks for the explanation. Now, there was a question earlier on about, is there a die for this box? No, you actually make this box without the need for a die, but we've got like an exploding box going on here with the ice cream cones, the hydrangeas, the helium balloons. How just joyous is that? I mean, that's like a garden party in a box, isn't it?
It is. If you guys want a tutorial on how to make those boxes, I'm more than happy to put one on. Just give a nod if you want it, and I'll do a tutorial for you at some point on how to make the exploding boxes, because with all the florals that we've got with Carnation, they are spectacular.
Well, just drop us a message on Facebook. If there's enough of you that want it, then Carla will do that for you without any trouble at all. Just using that rose with the bow is stunning. And this one, palm of the hand, engagement ring, happy days. That's just some of them. That was done by Fiona Abbott as well. So thank you to all of our design team. They always do fantastic work and fantastic jobs. Just using that Grace in Lace as a landscape rather than portrait. Isn't that lovely? So this collection, I think you'll agree, is so versatile, so affordable at under £100 if you put the discount code in, which is CCLH10. Okay, CCLH10. That's the code you need to put in the promo code box when you get to checkout, and that £109.99 will be dropped down by £10.99p. You'll save that off the price. Are we ready for a demo?
Should we demonstrate?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So we're going to use that card shape. So again, same as always, we're going to cut that base card twice the big die, and we're going to score it ½ inch, take the backing off and put them together. Now the reason we show you these every single time is because we have so many new viewers all the time, and not everybody has made a card before. So thank you for your patience. I know some of you have or lots of you have heard all of this before, but we do like to explain to newcomers how to get all of that done. That's your card base sorted, no more work involved there. Then I'm going in with the perfect pair. I love this colour so much.
That's more like a coral colour, would you call it?
Yeah, it's like a coral salmon, isn't it? It's really pretty, and its paler counterpart that comes with it is just gorgeous. But there's also like I mean, the whole of these are just beautiful, but there is like the cream colour that comes with it are just beautiful. But those two together, look at that. Isn't that just gorgeous?
And you do get, in the Perfect Papers, you do get 8 of each colourway, a total of 48 sheets in total for just $14.99. So really good value for money, and it just makes your collection gelled together even more with the vignettes, doesn't it?
Yeah, and you'll find with the Perfect Papers that some of the Perfect Papers that you get, yes, it's for this collection, but it will work with other collections that you've got as well. It's just a case of pairing them in. So I'm going to place this. I've got my tabs, so I've got my slip and slide at the bottom. I know I can get it into place before I commit to any sticking. I can't lean over, as I've said previously. I do apologise if this is slightly off kilter, but obviously when you're at home you would lean and make sure that you can see. So then we push and we pull. Is it right?
Yeah.
Have I done it right?
You've done it right.
Yay for me. Right, on this one, what I've done here, and I did it before because it was a little bit of extra that I needed to work with. So I've cut the third layer of this big die in white, and I've cut it twice. And I've just put, you can just see 3mm foam tape in between. And on the top one, and on the filigree, I've just cut out that centre panel and I've put them together. The reason being for that, obviously the simple way to do that was to just do it once and to have it clear through the centre, but I didn't want the centre panel to have the colour. I wanted it to be white underneath, but I did want the matte layer. I did want that touch of colour. I just didn't want it to be in the middle. So if you want to eliminate that, that's how you do it. You just piece them together. It makes it lovely and chunky as well, which I love. Same thing again.
And don't forget, of course, the beautiful thing about ordering direct from Carnation is that this is exclusive to us at the moment on Carnation Crafts TV, and the dispatch is virtually instant. We didn't actually hear from the team after our first show because they were too busy picking, packing and posting.
Either that or they're not speaking to us, Dave. Could be
yeah,
one or the
either
other.
or, one or the other. But yeah, basically, as soon as you place your order, the team get it straight away. There's no delay, and it's on its way. You might even get it tomorrow, post permitting. So.
Well, they go first class, so unless you're getting something that has to be delivered, you know, by a courier, you will most likely get it tomorrow. Look at those elements. That rose. Look at that rose. Humberta's here. Hello, Humberta.
Karen is watching in Zakynthos. Karen, I'm not jealous at all.
Is it Zakynthos?
Yeah,
Or Zakynthos?
Zakynthos. Yeah, Greek islands.
We were just talking
We were
about
just
Greece.
talking about the Greek islands. Yeah. Karen, well, glad to know that you're obviously on holiday, but you're watching us as well at the same time. Yeah, the people watch us all over the place. People watch us while they're walking their dogs, because you can now, can't you?
You
On your
can't.
phone.
Well, you've got it
Careful where
everywhere.
you're walking, though. But-
Yes. Carol says, my parcels are recorded delivery. It's such good service from Carnation. I really appreciate them for that. So what I'm going to do, their arm itself doesn't have cut lines in it. If I go in too heavy with a ball tool, it's going to crease it completely, and I don't want that to happen. The hand, however, does have cut lines in it. So what I'm just going to do on the hand is just very gently, and I'm using a big ball tool for this, because if I go in with a fine one, I'm going to crease it. So I'm just going in, just around the palm, and just with the thumb. Now what I want to show you on these, I'm just going to break those fibres on the edge of that, and then I can work into the centre. And that's how we do it without creasing it. So we're working on the edge, break your fibres, and then work your way to the centre, and that'll give you what you need. What I want to show you more is if I use my pokey and just push, can you see that the thumb lifts up?
Oh, wow, I didn't realise that.
Yeah, no, they're so clever. So
Thumbs
this
up.
means I can, for instance, I'll be using the teacup, so I can actually put that cup in that hand.
Alison Mumaru says, I love the teacup.
I know, isn't it pretty?
So dainty and sweet, isn't it?
That will go with a lot of other collections that you've got. I don't know size-wise, but Elegant Alfresco comes to mind. There's different ones that I think it'll go with beautifully. Right, I'm just going to piece this together. Now I'm going to use a little bit of pin flare on this because I'm going to raise it slightly. Just putting the pin flare on the centre.
Someone said to me a long time ago that what people struggle with the most in crafting is skin tone.
Yeah.
And also like fur and hair for animals and things like that. So the artwork of this is absolutely exquisite. Nick has done a brilliant job in making it look almost photographic, to be honest.
I know, he's so clever, isn't he? And well, the full team as well at Carnation, because there are a team of artists there as well. So massive thank you to all. I like a cuppa in a fine china cup. Well, Alison, I just like a great big chunky mug of coffee. I've got a pint mug, which I normally drink
Our
from.
mugs aren't very delicate, are they?
No, I normally drink from a pint mug.
A regular viewer, Umberta, it's her birthday today.
Oh, Humberta, happy birthday!
We didn't know that, but the guys at head office did. So yeah, congratulations, happy birthday, hope you're watching.
Bless.
The Carnation Crafts family is like one big family, isn't it?
Well, I've spoken about this quite a lot because I have a massive, massive affection for the Carnation Crafters. I think it's just the best on you know, Facebook, the group. They're amazing people, and they're super lovely. And it's just so, like, listen, people are on here now saying happy birthday to Humberta.
Yeah.
That's what the Carnation viewers are. You know, they're so lovely. We're such a lovely family together.
And you can share your creations as well, send them in to us, send photographs to us as well. We can put you on the forums and that sort of thing, which is fantastic.
We just love you joining in. Place this here. But without the Carnation army, there is no Carnation.
No, true.
You know, it's you that keeps it going. It's you that lets us be who we are, and we are always grateful for that. Now I'm going to go in with this. I love this rose so much. What I've done is decoupage that rose because I wanted to raise it, and I want it because I want to bring in the colour of that matte. So that is basically stopping me from losing the impact of that. There's a question here, what GSM for backing papers, Marilyn? Marilyn, it depends which one you're talking about. If you're talking about the perfect papers, they're 300 GSM. If I'm printing my own backing papers, the ones that are free on the Carnation website, I personally, it is personal choice. I always use 220 Pro print paper for them, and the reason is I like mine to be strong because I build on my cards. So the stronger your backing paper is, the better. I do know other people who don't use foam tape and stuff like that. They will use a 120, so it's entirely up to you and how you craft.
And we have got the Pro paper on the Carnation Crafts
It'll be
website.
sorry, yes, it'll be on the Carnation website there. It's entirely up to you. I like chunky cards. I like to build on them, so I always go for the 220 when I'm printing my back-in papers. When I'm printing the vignettes, I always do it on 120. So it's just whatever your preference is.
Because then if you're doing the vignettes on 120 and you're doing the double vignettes, that's going to double it up to 240, isn't it?
Absolutely. That's so pretty. So we're going in with that there. The bow, I'm just going to use my fingers just to shape out those tails, just as you would if you were doing like a normal bow. Pull that forward, give it a little rock and a little jiggle. Nothing too excessive.
I mean, imagine having a voucher maybe for afternoon tea at a posh hotel or a restaurant or something like that. That could be inside the envelope.
One of the DT cards has got a little tag on the front that's tucked in as a little gift, almost saying T42, I think. And it's as if it's like a little gift voucher. I saw it.
I've got hundreds of cards in front
There
of
are
me here.
literally hundreds, so you might not find
But
it.
that's a good testimony, because the more cards we get from the design team, the more they've obviously loved working with it. You know, it's not a chore, it's an absolute pleasure. And I'll show you another finished card that is a real showstopper in a second.
There's
but look
some
at that.
amazing ones. So on here I've used the scallop edge nested dies. My words went away. I used the scalloped edge ones, and because I love the tiny rectangle on that, and I love the shape of it in alongside that lace, because this is slightly scalloped as well. So rather than using the centerpiece, I came in with a smaller sentiment backing, obviously using the Carnation stamps, and I've just used the scallop edge there, so it's just mirroring what's happening on that lace panel. So that's so simple, so beautiful.
So
that
stunning.
Tiny little piece of colour, and I'm hoping you understand why I did the white at the back. I just didn't want it to be too pink at the back, so I love the fact that I just have this strip of colour around the edge.
Well, Therese Garner says, will you be showing the balloons in your demo, Carla?
Possibly this afternoon.
Later on.
It will definitely be
Okay.
today,
That'll
but
be the
I
4
don't
o'clock
know
one
if
then.
the...
4 o'clock this afternoon.
Hold on. It might be in my next demo. No, it's not.
Okay,
I was
4
lying
o'clock.
to you.
4 o'clock this
it'll be in the
afternoon.
4 o'clock one.
Okay, let me show you this. This is Sue Darimple's done this. Now, instantly, I looked at this and thought that could be a civil partnership card,
Yeah, absolutely.
couldn't it?
Absolutely. It can, and this is the thing, it can literally be anything you want it to be, can't it?
Absolutely. And using the ice cream cones a few times. Ice cream birthday party, sounds like fun. This is my favourite, I think. When you see people do this, whether it's a performer on stage, whether it's someone doing it to someone else from a distance or whatever, love you.
My
Really
kids
sweet.
do that to
Do
me.
they?
Yeah, my
Oh.
boys do it.
And let me just show you, this is another card that really stood out to me. Sometimes, we said this in the first show, sometimes less is more, and sometimes the simplest of cards are the most effective. But then other times, it's, this is the one that I was talking about. In otherwise, more is more. And that's what you've got with this, because you've got a lovely display of calla lilies and tulips there, a ribbon put in the middle of it there as well. This is done by Barbara Treadwell.
Look how beautiful
But look,
that
if you
is.
look at the champagne bottle, this is what I was searching for, and I found it. I forgot it was on an easel card. That has actually been printed, so you can actually print off all the vignettes, that included of course, run it through your PC. If you're savvy with all the settings, you can actually print a personalised label on that bottle of champagne. That's really
Yep.
cool. Love it.
Just clever, clever stuff.
Okay.
This collection is just gorgeous, right?
Absolutely right. Now, let me just remind you, if you want the reasons to celebrate, which is basically the champagne bottle, the champagne glass, and of course the other little bits and pieces there as well, with the ring and the bow and the invitation, could be an RSVP, something like that. That is flying, absolutely flying. Over half the stock is completely gone. It's only $14.99 as well. If that's all you want today, that's absolutely fine. It'll be $14.99 plus the P&P. And again, the artwork you can print off straight away as many times as you like on whatever paper, whether you want to print it onto vellum, whether you want to print it onto printable acetate, it's entirely up to you, or of course pro print paper is what we recommend. And then also the balloons. Now, lots of love for the balloons today. You know, it's obviously a very popular thing to have helium balloons, a celebration. So here you've got the card version of that. Obviously the dies will cut out really whatever card you put in front of it. So if you do want to do it in like a shiny or a satin finish cardstock, that would look absolutely lovely. But if you just print it on ordinary pro print paper and download the vignettes, it actually looks like that metallic foil. It's been really cleverly done, and you can print those numbers off right now as many times as you want, not just for anniversaries and birthdays, but also for phone numbers and all of that sort of thing. So you can use them in all sorts of ways. I love the fact you get the string there. Now that there, Obviously, if you cut it in one sheet of paper, wouldn't be very secure or strong. If you cut it a few times, made maybe 3 or 4 layers of paper, that would be quite rigid. It would almost be like a board consistency. It would then stand up, or you could use craft wire.
Yep,
or
literally.
even acetate, you could use maybe strips
Yeah,
of acetate.
you could use it in so many different ways. Actually, you know, because when you see this box here that Dave was showing earlier with the numbers in here and as they've been put up, you can just see they've been attached almost, this isn't mine by the way, this is Janine, they've been attached with what appears to be florist wire. So if you want them to be, you know, if you want them to stand alone like this, then you wouldn't need to use that strip. If you wanted it to be that strong, you can attach them with a florist wire. There's loads of ways of doing stuff with these.
It was my birthday a month ago and I thought I was 58, and it took a member of my family to actually point out I was only 57.
Oh, you're just a baby, Dave.
I got a year back.
You're just a baby.
I got a year back. When you get to 50 anything, you kind of forget when you were born.
All
you know.
right, I'm very nearly there. Let's not disappoint me too much.
Okay, now remember, all of these finished samples are gorgeous. You're going to be making cards just as gorgeous as this. The key is to have the right tools for the job, to have the right dies, to have the right artwork. When you've got that, which is what Carnation is giving you and gives you every single time, you can't really go wrong. Now, also, all Carnation Crafts collections probably will work very well with previous collections too. So you suddenly find that by having this in your collection, maybe you're thinking of using a previous collection that you bought maybe a month or 2 ago, you'll find it all kind of works together very, very nicely. 220702 as the item number. It's brand new and exclusive to us on Carnation Crafts TV for quite a while, so you can't find this anywhere else at the moment apart from here. It should be nearly £140. It's £109.99, but only if you don't put the code in. So make sure you put that CCLH10 code in the promo box, and you'll then find that £10.99 comes off the price. If you're putting in perfect papers, add that to it. I know we've actually got like a little graph, I think, that shows you what your checkout page could look like if you want the perfect papers and you want maybe the numbers. This is what Taz put together for us. So there we go. Just put in the Loving Hands collection, £109.99. The Loving Hands Perfect Papers, £14.99, and then the Loving Numbers or Loving Hands Balloon numbers, they are £29.99. So that comes to £154.97, but when you put in the code CCLH10, that takes £15.50 off, making your bill just £139.47. And remember, we do offer ClearPay and PayPal. ClearPay up to 4 interest-free payments. PayPal is up to 3 PayPal payments. Okay, if you want to spread the cost either of those ways, and it's great, free P&P because you spent over 50 quid. Okay, more demos, more inspiration, more ways to use this collection.
Playtime.
Yeah.
We like playtime. So I, as you all know, love my chunky cards. And this collection goes with that idea for me so perfectly. So we ramped it up. So instead of going with 3mm, I started then using 5mm because I loves it. And I'm using this beautiful, I don't know what colour, it's like a peach colour, isn't it?
Yeah,
like
light
a
peach. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Serenity Soul is saying hello from Pennsylvania.
Hey,
hello, morning
Serenity.
Serenity.
Oh, it's morning there. What
time is it with you in Pennsylvania? I always get confused with the Eastern times, Pacific times.
Is it Eastern or West?
It's Eastern.
Yeah. So that'll be 5 hours behind us.
Yes.
Is that right? So yes. What are we now? What time is it?
It's 1:30.
1:30. So it's
Oh, there's some maths involved in this.
About 8:30.
8:30.
You should
Yeah.
see how many fingers were being counted on then. If only you could see behind the cameras. There was lots of finger counting.
I'm lost. My watch is broken. I've not a clue what day of the week it is, what time of the day it is. Welcome to my world.
That's my life in general. So what I've done here is cut out that next panel. I've done it in the 350 white, which we were discussing earlier, and I've just added a few gems on there just to add in a little bit of dazzly, because this collection goes with dazzle so well. So I'm just going to place these in the same way. So now I'm using 5mm again, so I've now taken this up to a full centimetre, so we are really gaining height on here. I just want to make sure I'm doing it in the right way around because many times I do these backwards.
Serenity confirms it is 8:30. Yeah, in Pennsylvania.
Wowzers.
Taz is right again.
I like Dave can come back.
Yes, but it'll be me that feeds you, Miss Taz.
You are a feeder, aren't you?
I am a feeder, yeah, I feed
I
you
love
well.
it.
I do feed you well.
I eat the best out of the whole month when I'm here.
I look after you, Dave.
you
It's
do.
like it's my job. I love these.
I do.
Look at that.
It says everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
That could be to best friends, it could be to a relative, it could be son to mum. You say your kids do that to you?
Yeah, they do it to me. Often cheekily, I have to say. But yes, they do that to me. Alison says, will CC ever stock the chunky foam tape?
Ah.
I mean, they have certainly tried sourcing it, and I don't know at this point. The thing is with Carnation, and I do mean this genuinely, Carnation are never going to stock something unless they can give it to you at a price that's reasonable. And I think at the moment, it just would work out too expensive. If you can get it cheaper from a glazer's, then that's the case. However, if they find a way of making it reasonable, yeah, of course they would.
Is that a thing? You can get chunky foam tape from a glazer's?
That's all I ever use. So I never use craft foam.
Actually, I think you said something like that last time.
Yeah, I get enormous rolls. So I just go into glazers. It's double glazing insulation tape, and I get it. I always get mine in 5mm, 3mm, and 1mm. You can get it in other sizes as well. Apparently, you can get it on Amazon. You need to make sure it's double-sided. Insulation tape is what you're looking for.
Okay. Sue's watching us in Cyprus. We're global.
We're so global. I've just seen someone in New York as well.
And Chaz, it was his birthday last Friday. Chaz, happy birthday for last... Oh. Chaz, happy birthday for last Friday.
That got you told, Mr. Dave.
It did. It was her birthday.
It was her birthday. I'm just placing this here. And I'm going to put that centrally, just about there. And what I'm going to do, if you see I've got the wet glue there, I'm just going to push it slightly. And then I'm just going to hold it. And it's just raising the hands. So I get the shadow.
That is so cool.
And they're still making the heart, but it's just slightly raised. And now that glue has dried.
It's amazing the difference the shadow makes.
Isn't it?
It really does. Hello to Sheila Parry on Facebook. She said, beautiful collection. I just bought mine. Fantastic.
Thanks, Sheila. Right, I have got my jumper, my pullover, and you're just working out which arm that you want it to be. Isn't that so clever? And if you want to have that kind of pulled back look as well, as if it's just sort of, I love this. I think it's just ridiculously clever.
And also, if you use the double-sided vignettes, you've got a right sleeve and a left sleeve, haven't you?
Yep, absolutely. It's just super awesome. Right, what I'm going to do with these is work out where I want my placement to be, because I mean, at the moment, those arms are coming out of nowhere. There's no grounding device at the side for them. The sleeves actually give you a sense of a grounding device, but I want them to hang over the edge of my card. I don't want them to just look as if the arms just stop there, unless I was covering them with something. So my sleeves are going to become my grounding device by coming off the edge of the card. However, I don't want them to come too far off the edge of the card. So I'm just going to use my scissors and just snip a little bit away from the back. And it's just so that when I place it, I know that I've got that edge. So I hope that makes sense.
And using the jumper sleeve just makes the whole card a little bit more casual.
Yeah, it does. So this is where it becomes age kind of appropriate, because we can change it up depending on who we're sending it to. So it's really versatile in that way. So I've got an edge here that you can see. I don't want that edge to be seen because to me it looks odd. So all I'm going to do is just, because I've used that pin flare, I can shift that just to the edge there, and I can hide that white piece of card. So I hope that makes sense as to what we're doing and why we're doing it. And then I'm going to do the same on this sleeve. So this one isn't quite so harsh because obviously we're white on white at this stage, but I still want to snip a little bit off.
Umberta has just been saying that Jack made her breakfast in bed this morning because it was her birthday.
Well, that's a very lovely thing.
You've got a good one there, Umberta. Good one there.
We like that.
When was the last time you had breakfast in bed?
I've never had breakfast in bed.
I don't think I have.
Ever.
Not even on holiday, I don't think.
I think, actually, I had surgery once, and I was bedridden.
Okay. That would make sense.
But that wasn't like a
treat. That was a necessity. I don't think I'd be any good at eating breakfast in bed. I get crumbs everywhere.
I mean, you and me, David, guaranteed we'd be hopeless with that kind of stuff.
Sandra says, so unique. This collection is brilliant for folk
it?
like me and my family with brown skin. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, it's our pleasure. I love it, says Sandra. And this is the thing, we've got all ethnicities covered here. White, brown, dark skin. It's all in there, in the vignettes. So you can be very specific when you're sending a card to someone.
Well, I mean, I've said this before, and I don't want to say anything that's controversial, but isn't it about time?
Yes.
You know, that it should just be the standard, shouldn't it? And I love Carnation because they've always done that. You know, it's so obvious that it should happen all the time across, you know, anything like this. So I love the fact that we get that. Right, I'm just going to use some pin flare on this.
Oh, Suzanne Page says, most weekends I get breakfast in bed made by my husband. Wow.
Well.
Alison says, I get a soggy toy from my pup in bed every morning, getting me up for a walk
quite
at
nice.
5:30.
That's nice.
See, this is a community spirit, isn't it?
Yeah, I love
Carnation
I
Crafts
love
community.
them. I love the Carnation Crafters. It feels like family.
Well, yeah. I think we are. We're all kind of extended family, aren't we?
Yeah.
All got things in common.
I think there's just a really nice feel about the Carnation Crafters group. Let me just chuck a bit of pin flare on there, and I'm going to cross over in the centre of those hands. So I'm getting that cross in the centre of that love heart, if that makes any kind of sense. Just place that down. Those flowers are beautiful, right?
Oh, absolutely beautiful.
Now, all I've got to do now is just put a finishing touch on. It's too white. There's too much white space for me here. Way too much white space. So I'm going to fill in some of these with these bows. I need to use wet glue with these and not pin flare because it's delicate and they're smaller areas. But I'm not going to use much. Tiny amounts. As we always say, glue is sticky. You don't need a lot. So I'm just putting these in here, covering up some of that white space, and then we'll do one last finishing touch, and that'll be a completed card.
Now do bear in mind we've got another show to come today. All of these shows, whether you're watching us on YouTube, whether you're watching us on the Carnation Craft website, or you're watching us on Facebook, however you are watching us, you can watch these shows again and again and again. And of course, as long as the stock is here, you can still buy this later on. But if you get them now, the team are in the office, they're taking your order as soon as you get it placed, they're packing it, they're picking it, they're putting it in the post straight away. You might even get this as early as tomorrow, if not tomorrow, the day after.
Yeah.
That's how quick we are.
Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so now we've got the sentiment to go on. I wanted that chunk. I love chunky cards. You can see the shadow play here because it's got that lovely thick chunk. So I also brought that into my sentiment as well. I'm using my 5mm tape, and I have got this here with Cherished Friend. Just place that centrally at the bottom. Yes, Taz, it's for you. You are my cherished friend. Look at that.
That is gorgeous.
The flowers alone in this collection are some of the best that Carnation have done, I think. That rose, I will not stop going on about the rose. I think it's beautiful. But those hands, the cleverness of those hands, to be able to just push on those arms to make the gap here, to be able to put something in the middle. You could put love hearts, those kind of things in the center. It's quite plain. I love my white space. You know I love my white space. But I like the fact that with Carnation, because it's so beautiful, their artwork's so beautiful, I can make something quite plain, and that suits my style of crafting. Love it, love it, love it.
I said to you earlier on that DL cards are all the fashion, all the rage at the moment. I mean, all shapes of cards are popular, but DL, you know, certain shapes and sizes come in, once in a while as majorly popular. This is a DL size card. This has been done by Sue Dalrymple again. A 50th birthday card, really stylish, really beautiful. The helium balloons are just absolutely brilliant, and you'll use those again and again and again. Look at this one. You're My Sunshine. This is the
sunshine.
Is that the one you did earlier? It was, wasn't it?
Yes, dude.
Yeah, I thought it was. So this was done in the earlier show at 11 o'clock today, which you can watch back if you missed it earlier on. And that again, just simplicity itself, just the two hands together. And because of course you've actually got one hand, But of course, with the reversible double-sided vignettes, you've got a left and you've got a right. So that makes the most beautiful, kind of very thoughtful sort of image there with the tulip in the centre of it. Champagne bottle either side in the present as well, using that gorgeous Grace in lace frame, which I know you can buy on its own if you want to, but it will be included in the actual collection. And look at this one. This is using the frame again, but in a very different way, using it in half, basically. So there it is as a full frame, but then crease it, fold it in half, it then becomes a thinner card, but look at that.
The DT team are a clever bunch.
They are, aren't they? And
Massive thank you.
I said this before, that this is a great collection for everything, from sympathy through to great celebration. And you can even have some fun with the hands as well, can't you? You can really kind of do some kind of quirky things with them to make someone smile. Here, this is just basically a bottle of plonk, 3 glasses of wine, and a 30 on there. So very, very simple yet incredibly effective. This is another one with the teacup, which a lot of you were saying you were liking earlier on. And again, the bouquets in all 4 corners. That's Lindsay Atherton's done that particular one today. Let's do a couple more, and then I'll remind you of the details. This is the one from the first show that Carla did as well. Again, very stylishly simple. You've got the shadow coming from those hands that are just risen slightly with some foam pads or gel glue, however you want to do it. But yeah, the focal point being the love. Whether that's for a best friend, whether it's a member of the family, or your children, or vice versa, the children to you. Everyone's going to love this collection. And then remember, with the fingers that can be risen on the hands, Carla showed you how you can raise up a thumb. Well, here, the 4 fingers been risen on this one to grip hold of the stem of the rose. And that's, again, a unique way of using that fantastic frame, the Helping Hands collection, or Loving Hands collection. That was the Grace in lace frame. There we go. So what we're going to do, we've hopefully got enough time to do one more demo.
We'll do some speed crafting. Let's
Okay.
do some speed crafting. So we've been talking about DL card shapes. Let's make a DL. So all we're doing, you just cut your card in whatever size you want it to be. I believe mine was 8 by 4 or 8 by 3.5. I can't remember, it's been a while. And this got trapped in a drawer, so it's all a bit curved. So we're just going to go with it. We're just going to go with it, people. And we're just going to straighten that out, and then its counterpart. It got trapped in my drawer, Dave.
Did it?
Yeah. So we just look at those backing papers. Love, love, love. Right. Get your free backing papers. If we haven't already said, get your free inserts. Use them. They're on the website, on the Carnation Crafts website. They are there for you to download and use as many times as you like. And one thing we haven't mentioned today, and we should have done, is that Carnation have got a completely free angel policy. You can sell anything at all that you make.
Okay.
Push, pull.
Now, Serenity says, I really do appreciate the skin tones. It would be nice if the Christmas Santas would also have that option.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a good point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll pass that on, definitely.
Team, if you're listening.
The powers that be watch this, obviously, and listen to your comments. Alexis says, lovely card, made again from Alexis in Jersey. Sam Smith says, hello everyone, I'm late. I've been watching on YouTube while I was ordering my collection. Couldn't resist this one. It's so beautiful. Love, love, love it.
Isn't it? Isn't it? Just show-stoppingly beautiful, I think. I am so smitten with these backing papers for this one.
Yeah, and they're free to print off on the website now.
Yeah, they're there. Go and get them. If you've ordered this collection, you can go and get your vignettes now, which is all the artwork, and you can go and print those off.
I love that, because whenever you make an order, you get excited about it, look forward to it arriving, but you've got the excitement of actually the artwork in your hands this afternoon, right now. You don't have to wait for that. The dies will be here hopefully tomorrow or the day after.
Right, let's play. We've got to speedcraft, so I'm running through this quite quickly. So if everything goes on the wonk, you know why. We're using some wet glue here, just to place. I never put much glue on. Not really interested in having too much. Note, I'm leaving all the stems free.
Lots of people saying they'd love a tutorial about the exploding box.
Okay guys, I'll do that. They're not difficult to do. They're super quick to make up. And they're really, really effective. And you can do them so they fold in the post as well. So I'll show you how to do them. Right, I'm just placing. Note again, I'm still not putting any of the stems down. I'm not gluing any of the stems for a specific reason. I'm working with pin flare on the florals. I'm working with The fern was wet glue. I'm working with pin flare on these. I need the wiggle room because I'm about to shift stuff around. So I'm only placing right now. I'm just getting them where I want them to be.
The pin flare glue gel takes a good, hour or two to cure,
It takes
doesn't
an hour to cure. It takes 24 hours to dry solidly. So if you want to put it in the post, you need to wait until the next day. So you need to be prepared to make it earlier.
But that's a small sacrifice for the dimension you get with the flowers.
Yeah, I think a lot of us card makers tend to do things a bit early anyway. You know, I don't think we tend to do last minute cards on the whole. Not all of us. Some of us are not as organised. So what I've done here, you can just see I've used a little Demonte on the button there just to give it a little bit of glow. I've just cut the pip on that thumb so I can pop the flowers in. So what I'm going to do is just release my foam tape.
This is so clever.
Isn't it? So I'm just releasing this. Now, one of the things I wanted to show you quickly before I go any further is, if you so chose, you can pop the bag on the hand.
Nice.
Isn't that clever? Now, I don't need it for this, but I just wanted to show you that. I'm just going to try as many as possible of those stems behind that thumb. Now I'm working fast, so I'm not going to sit here and try and get them all because I won't have time, but you get the idea. That's the main point.
Tammy Channon says, I love the rose, it looks so real.
Doesn't it?
And Alison's asking, do the inserts print a bit lighter when you're printing them off?
I would have thought so. Have a test on them. Obviously, if you're printing the vignettes on ProPrint, then you would need to do the inserts in the same type of paper, and it'll depend what saturation that they do them on and which ones you're printing out. So just have a go in an experiment and see what you think. I'm just literally at the bottom because I love that just as it is. I'm going to be totally honest, I think that's stunning, but I'm just going to add a little wee present in at the bottom.
And just bringing that hand in makes all the difference. That's what makes it a very, very different type of card.
How realistic is it?
I know.
Like, it's freaky realistic. I think it's ace, and I love the fact that I can cut that collar straight. What I will say to you is, I should have brought it, I'll bring it up next when we come up. I'll bring a vignette up. This white shirt sleeve, if you cut the cuff off, like I have here, and use that, you can still use the rest of the shirt sleeve on a different hand.
Right.
It almost becomes a different type of top. So you can really play with them. You can really make it do. And I'm going to put a little request out there to Nick before we end, saying, Nick, if in the future we could have like a little wardrobe for these hands of different clothes. That would be lovely, wouldn't it?
I mean, take the hand away and it's a beautiful floral card, but there's lots of beautiful floral cards out there.
Yeah.
But put the hand in, that's the Carnation craft difference.
It's the impact, isn't it, of that hand. I mean, if we sort of cover it there, just that, you would be like, that's beautiful, isn't it? That's just so gorgeous, those there.
Now it's beautiful and different.
And you're like, wow, that is clever, 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 isn't it?
Very, very good.
I think that's the impact, isn't it?
Now, let me remind you then of the deal today. Remember, this is only the second live show. We're back again in a couple of hours at 4 o'clock with the last live show for today. It is exclusive to us at Carnation Crafts TV. You won't find this anywhere else for the time being. And it's 220702. $109.99. I think you'll agree, for what you get, that's a really good price. But CCLH10 is the code that's on the screen on the top right now. That is a code that, from us to you, that's a little gift to say thank you for shopping with us, have 10% off. So that $10.99 will come off your price, taking it to below £100. Now, if you don't want to pay in full, if you're thinking I'd rather spread the cost interest-free, please, well, we've got Clear Pay, and that's up to 4 interest-free payments, so that would be just under £25 a month. With PayPal Pay in 3, it's approximately £33 a month, roughly, because it's PayPal Pay in 3. So those are ways of spreading the cost if you want to. The whole thing does break down into individuals on the website as well. While you're on the website ordering, make sure after you've purchased you go to the vignette section and print off as many times as you want all of this wonderful artwork. It's there from us to you, a free gift from us to you, and you can have that today and going forward too, and also some free backing papers as well you'll find on there, which are absolutely gorgeous. Now, if you want this section down the bottom on its own, that is a separate collection, okay? It will come as one if you buy the main collection, but if you just want those 4 die sets at the bottom, that is $44.97 for those, and that's 220706. The most popular die on its own is that one there, which is Reasons to Celebrate. So that's the bottle of champagne, the glass flute, the bow, the ring in the box, and the invitation letter. So that is $14.99 on its own. Now, do bear in mind, you only get free free P&P if you spend over £50 with us. So if you wanted that smaller collection at the bottom, maybe put Perfect Papers into your order. That will take you just over the £50 and you'll get the free P&P then. And if you add the balloon numbers, which everyone is absolutely adoring, that's free artwork as well. The vignettes are on the website now, but that's $29.99, and you can have fun with numbers, with ages, and also telephone numbers, all that sort of thing as well. And they just look so believable.
They
really
do. I will demo those this afternoon
Okay.
at 4 o'clock.
That's at 4
So we'll
o'clock.
demo the balloons this afternoon.
And do remember, because of the wonders of technology, you know, unlike live TV, where if you miss a show, you've missed it, with this, you can watch these shows back again and again and again. So when your dies arrive in a day or two's time, remember, you can always watch back the demonstrations that Carla's done then. Thank you for your company. It's pizza time and Dino time.
Oh, no.
So we'll see you back in a couple of hours' time here on Carnation Crafts TV. Thanks for watching and hope you enjoy your